Hello everyone, I'm back again to do another book review today, and this one is called Shadow Life, A Portrait of Anne Frank and Her Family by Barry Denenberg, in which, yes, this is another biography book, and it's related to Anne, except I read this one out of interest at first, thinking it was going to be like some of the other biographies I have read about her before. However, this one, it intrigues me because this one has three things that made me kind of feel like it stands out from any other biographies meant on Anne or any of her family or any of the people of the secret annex. Um, but let me first off, let me just show you how I did by showing you what I mean first. So first of all, as you can see, this book is not as quite as long. If you can see on the table of contents here, the number of pages. Unlike some of the other biographies I have read, this one is probably one of the shorter ones, which I'm kind of glad, even though if it doesn't go into too much details. It was quite enjoyable. So here, one of the first thing I liked about this that was during the part one sequence here, mainly there, I believe is when while it focuses on the early childhood of the Frank family, it also delves in a bit about what happened before Anne Frank was born, such as when her parents met, what her father did for a living, and what was going on around in the world. That was one thing in the part one of living. The second thing here I enjoyed, and this second reason is really what makes this biography stand out, is here in part two in the hiding. We do not really focus much on Anne or the whole story of the secret Anne much, but rather this is a recreation made by the author based on Margot, Anne's older sister perspective, in which we in reality she did keep a diary in real life. However, it is presumably lost or destroyed after they were captured. But reading this Mr. Durnberg tried his best to recreate what it would be like in Margot's handwriting here. So it lasts a couple of pages throughout the whole course of the 2 years they were in hiding. And it was kind of interesting, even though some of it was a bit repetitive and not as full detail as Anne would. But I think these entries by him made it really do feel like it was from Margot's point of view. As such, here I'll read one from one passage about them, about from Margot's point of view. I mean, how she felt about it. Like, uh, here, August 26, 1942. Anne has worked herself into a state because Peter and I are allowed to read books and she isn't due to her age. She thinks daddy and mommy treat her like a baby and don't realize she's not a child anymore. I must say, she has a point. On the other hand, Anne doesn't like to be told not no to anything, no matter what it is. So pretty much during the whole part about the in hiding for 2 years, everything here is written in a way that presumably how Margot would write about her life, how she feels, how she deals with the whole situation, how she sees other people, her relationship with her sister, which is kind of like the main point, is I never really felt much interactions between them, and it was kind of true from what I'm reading here also. But also we see how she's always tried her best here in these writing, how supposedly she may have tried her best to be as the calm, collective one out of everyone, leaving out when not needed, and being the peacemaker child of sorts. It was quite interesting, although a bit quite sad to hear on certain stuff in here as well, as she probably felt the same with other people as they were uneasy and scared for their life also. But yeah, really would not say that you should, if you read this book, do not skip this part. It's quite good. This is what really makes this biography stand out, is where you get to see a small bit of from Margot's perspective here, lasting all the way till then, to the very end of August here. It was good, and then, so then pretty much The third reason why I like this also is because that here, this biography, unlike the other one I read by Melissa Muller, this one includes quotes from actual survivors and witnesses from the camps and from other times of the Frank family events, such as Johnny Brandes, who was one of the campmates of Anne and Margot from Auschwitz all the way to Bergen-Belsen. And then there were some other people here too about basing on their experiences and how they felt about the war also. This was kind of good because it gives me more of a wider perspective about how the whole Nazi Germany kind of went, how the whole it felt to be the victim in here. It's quite good. That was another good thing, and there were some details like some from the other biographies when they talk about how they all were put into the concentration camps. There were some details like such as here. I won't be reading it, but it does talk about some stuff that I did not really know that much about what it was like in concentration camps, and then some about how some of the system works. What were they doing? Recommend this to anyone who's interested in Anne Frank or anything about World War II. This would be definitely be a good one. I would recommend because it's easy reading, and even though it doesn't go into full depth analysis, it's enough that you would get pretty much a good overall basic idea of how things went. Oh yeah, and then the back here it includes a whole timeline of events that happened all the way from the time Otto Frank was born to the end of where the diary was published, and then to the end of the legacy. Kinda. In short, it was enjoyable. It was actually kind of more to me when I read this. It was very hook grabbing. Unlike Melissa Muller's one, this one I was actually hooked on right from the start. I guess it's maybe because the author in this one tries to make it more relatable, I guess you can say. More relatable, in which it worked. I could really feel more about this. But anyway, thank you for listening. Have a good day.